How to heal a fracture fast. What is clinically proven to speed up the healing of fractures? Firstly, before you do anything else, it's important to follow the immediately needed interventions, such as any sort of surgery or bone setting that is required. Now, you're probably thinking, isn't that kind of obvious? Well, you'll be surprised by some of the emails that I get. So please make sure you take care of all of that and then look at these interventions. Now, obviously, the first thing we should always go with is nutrition because nutrition is the foundation of our body's very makeup buildup. Our body is a product of nutrition that includes our bones. So, the first thing on this list is vitamin D, specifically vitamin D3, because most people will have to supplement with it in the case of a fracture. Now, this is important for metabolizing calcium as well as other minerals. In addition to that, it also reduces inflammation. So vitamin D is really important. Now, this goes together with the next vitamin, which is vitamin K2. This is responsible for regulating the amount of calcium that actually gets deposited into the bones. So when you consume calcium, vitamin D first metabolizes it, but vitamin K2 actually takes it and puts it into the bones. So it's really important. These two go very closely together. Now, calcium is one of the building blocks of bone tissue, along with other minerals, calcium and phosphorus, and many others. So, it's important to start consuming mineral rich foods, nutrient dense foods. That's going to be things like organ meats, dark chocolate, nuts and seeds, some types of seafood like salmon, mackerel, tuna. All of these are going to be nutritionally dense foods. I've actually put a list of nutritionally dense foods in the description of this video. You can also just Google it if you'd like to learn more. In addition to that, magnesium is really important. Now, you can get a lot of magnesium from your diet, but you usually cannot get enough, at least not in the 21st century, due to certain farming practices. It's really difficult to get magnesium from our diet. Now, why is this important? Magnesium stimulates calcitonin, which is a hormone that plays a very important role in the way calcium gets deposited in the body and gets metabolized in the body, which means magnesium plays a very close role with vitamin D3 and K2. Now, it's very difficult to get a supplement that contains all three, but there is one. I'll post a link to it in the description. Now, this supports, as I said, the metabolism of vitamin D3, and this also assists with calcium transportation. Last but not least is trace minerals. Now, the reason for trace minerals is firstly, your bones are made up of minerals, but also trace minerals play a role in the various enzyme activities within the body, as well as other metabolic activities that go on in the body responsible for the metabolism of nutrients, the metabolism of new tissue, and various other aspects of human physiology. So it's really important to get a good amount of trace minerals. Now, you can supplement with it. You can also get mineral-rich foods, as I said before. If you're wondering what type of supplement to use, I have posted a link to the type that I strongly recommend that I personally use in the description. Now, once nutrition is taken care of, osteogenic agents would be the next part. Osteogenic is basically things that help the bones grow. Now, the first thing and the only thing I need to put on this list is a medicinal herb known as Chysis quadrangularis. Now, this is an Ayurvedic herb that has a long history of use for treating many disorders related to the bones, not just fractures, but even conditions like osteoporosis, and even for disorders related to growth and many, many other things as well. Now, in clinical research, Chysis quadrangularis was able to speed up the healing of fractures, as well as reduce pain and swelling, which is something that often accompanies fractures. And it appears to increase what is known as insulin like growth factors in osteoblasts, as well as the number of osteoblasts. Those are the, the, the very cells that make up the bone tissue. And so it's actually able to improve the formation and increase the formation. That is what is known as osteoblastic proliferation and differentiation. Now, in another clinical trial, Chysis quadrangularis was associated with the regulation of parathyroid hormone, which is also a key player in calcium metabolism. Parathyroid hormone and calcitonin work kind of against each other. And so parathyroid hormone actually takes calcium and puts it into the bloodstream and releases calcium, and then calcitonin actually helps to transport calcium. and plays a role in the metabolism of calcium. So this is really important. Chysis quadrangularis is really important. And if you look at the clinical trials on it, it's mainly used for fractures like of the mandible, of the jaw, but it's used in all types of fractures. And again, this needs to be used with proper supervision of a person who specializes in this type of medicinal herbs. This is an Ayurvedic herb, so you need to speak to an Ayurvedic doctor about using this. So yeah, that's my take on how to speed up the healing of a fracture really quickly. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you can do so through my website, drnishal.com. I do online video call consultations. So no matter where you are in the world, you can get in touch with me and I can help you. And I'll see you in the next video.